What's going on? We back, Motor City Sports Talk. Y'all know what it is. We back speaking of some Detroit Lions. And we asking, is it time for Kenny Galloday to, step up and at least be the number two option on the Detroit Lions and grab that, torch from Golden Tate. We know Golden Tate, is a high vocal point of the offense. Obviously, Marvin Jones has took over the number one receiver slot in the Lions. And he proved a lot last year with a slow start and a very, very strong finish. The year before, he had a fast start and a slow finish in Marvin Jones Jr. And I think it's time for Kenny Galloday to be more involved in the offense, in my opinion. More involved than Golden Tate. We know Golden Tate only had 3 100-yard games last year. A lot of drops, some fumbles, some no-effort plays, and some plays where he ran, got the first down and ran behind the first down marker. And we know he about to get paid, or he should get paid from somebody. And I think hopefully it's not the Detroit Lions. I don't see Golden Tate as the number 2 option no more. I think he's starting to get phased out. I thought that Jimmy Graham might help him get his money. I thought a good tight end may help him get his money, because a good tight end controlling the middle with Golden Tate working underneath and working that middle and the outside routes and in the slot, Golden Tate would have had a career year this year, in my opinion, would have run the game in Matthew Stafford and the tight end like Jimmy Graham or Trey Burton that potentially can really control the middle of the field and demand some attention. But that didn't happen. And I think Kenny Galloday, with another year on his belt, getting used to the NFL speed, lifting the weights, training hard, hopefully, I think he's going to emerge as the number 2 receiver for the Lions. I think he's going to get more play. I think he's going to get better route running. I think he's going to get adjusted to the NFL. And the one thing that held him out, I believe, was the physicality of the NFL and getting his body used to the beating. He couldn't handle the beating every week. And I think 1 year later, to get stronger, to continue to train, to eat right, to know what it takes, raw ability, raw speed, and raw size, he's dominant. He was dominating DBs. His legs was on top of their heads. They didn't know what to expect. And I think it's only going to get better from here. I think it is time to step up and give him a heavy dose, as long as he can prove that he can handle the wear and tear. And I think with another year he can. I think it's time to phase out guys and get rid of guys like Ebron. Phase out guys like Golden Tate and get a young gun to try. We know Tate going to do his thing in the slot, but exclusively he's a slot now. He's getting slower and he's smaller. He's not good outside the hashes, and that's okay. But when it comes to time to pay him, he needs to be paid like a number 3 receiver. And, that's my thing about it. I think Galloday needs to step up this year. I think he will step up and snatch the number 2 receiver spot. And I think eventually, 2 or 3 years down the line, he will be the Lions' number 1 receiver if he continues to, improve and extend like we know we can, And I think it's just getting physically stronger, improving route running, and improving chemistry with Matthew Stafford. We know you got the Lions fans. We know you guys love to hang on to players too long. And if you know it, Golden Tate is reaching that age. He ain't getting no taller, stronger, faster, or quicker. He's down the down slope. And I understand you guys' infatuation with Golden Tate. I really do. I really do. But at the end of the day, you got to know when to hold them, and you got to know when to fold them. And I think next year is going to be truly telling. If you hold them with Golden Tate, you fold them. I'm of the belief of you fold them. Somebody that's pushing in their 30s, who's 5'9", not getting no faster, quicker, bringing somebody more comparable. Now, did Jim Bob Cooter not utilize Golden Tate right? I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say the simple fact that Eric Ebron didn't do Golden Tate no favors. He didn't. If Ebron held up his side of the field, and I'm going to defend Tate right here. If Ebron held up his side of the deal and was a dominant enough factor to cause attention and get people eyes on him in the middle of the field as a tight end, working the whip route, working the out route, working the drag route, working the crossing route, working the deep post, the skinny, whatever you want to say. If he's able to really dominate the middle of the field, Golden Tate probably had 17 to 1,800 receiving yards last year. But now teams are able to key in on him and don't have to worry about Ebron and pick their poison on the inside. Golden Tate didn't get a hell of a lot of targets that he should have got and the yards that he should have got because his PIC, his partner in crime, Eron didn't hold up his side of the bargain. So I think that did contribute to Golden Tate and hurting his numbers and making the All-Pro and Pro Bowl team. It really did. But what I'm saying is, I think Galloday needs to be entrenched at number 2. I think it's time, if he shows in camp he can do it, and Golden Tate can just be that slot receiver. And I think you can focus on him being the slot, and somehow they can find a tight end that can walk through bubblegum and just so happen to catch balls across the middle and in the end zone. I think Golden Tate is going to have an exceptional year, and I think potentially he still can get paid from the Lions. I think you have a Marvin Jones Jr., Kenny Galloday that's on the cheap, and a Golden Tate, hopefully, that's at a good, favorable amount. But if he asks for too much and he's not worth the money next year, after next year, yeah, I'm not mad. I would mad if they traded him right now. Because you trade somebody like that while they have value instead of them walking. But maybe the Lions made up in their mind that they got a good price for Golden Tate and they could bring him back. But I'm saying 5'9" receivers don't get faster, quicker, and better when they start to hit their 30s and late 20s. It doesn't happen. And you got to take the emotional attachment outside of that and know that you got to get a young guy a spin and see what he does. It's been competitions out there where they think the young guy's ready and the veteran, like an old Steve Smith, ain't ready to let it go. And Golden Tate reminds me of a Steve Smith type. I could see him having a career year if they trying to phase him out and bring Galloday more into the fold and get him a paycheck somewhere. Hopefully, if he got balls out, it'd be in Detroit. But I think a tight end would help Golden Tate so much in that slot role. And a running back, in a running game, imagine, Golden Tate in the play action, working underneath or just working in the middle. It'd be deadly with Galloday and Marvin Jones on the outside. And people just don't understand how vital a tight end is, to Golden Tate's success, to Matthew Stafford's success, to Marvin Jones Jr.'s success, to Kenny Galladay's success. The Lions have the running backs that control the flats in the receiving game and the Texas route and the circus routes and all that stuff. They have that. They just don't have a tight end that can really hold attention down the middle of the field and cause Golden Tate to really go haywire and crazy. But like I said, I think it's time for Kenny Galloday to kind of step into that number 2 role. And, I think he proved enough last year. I think physically he needs to hit the weights and get in better shape and build his durability up. But if he can do that, I think it's no doubt in my mind that Kenny Galloday should definitely be the number 2 receiver and Golden Tate exclusively be the slot next year. And a lot of people won't agree. But like I said, you got to develop this young guy. He has so much potential and ability. And I think Stafford is going to love him from years to come. So, we go.